We're joined by Rapids midfielder Connor Ronan. We'll go ahead and open it up to questions.
Connor, made your triumphant return to the field. How did it feel?
Yeah, really good. It's been tough, honestly. I'm not gonna beat around the bush and say it went really well. There was some hiccups in the rehab and some setbacks, and it's felt like I was living Groundhog Day a little bit. So to finally get back out on the pitch, it's nice. Hopefully we can start putting some points on the board and get some wins. It's obviously a nice personal achievement getting back out on the pitch, but it'd make it that little bit better if we can start getting some points on the board as well.
One of my favorite parts of your game, and kind of a moment I was watching last game to see if is Connor back, was you set this beautiful long cross from right to left, and it just felt like you were back into your form. Was there a moment in the game that you felt like you got there?
Yeah, it's funny. It's been weird. I've never had muscle injuries before, and especially a quad injury for someone who likes to spray the ball around a little bit. There's that little bit of doubt in your mind all the time, and you can't really replicate it in training. I kind of needed a game to get over that mental barrier a little bit and not think about it too much. So there was a few instances in the game where I had to hit a few long balls and didn't really have a choice, and I think that's nice to be able to just get over that hurdle, like I said. And yeah, I've not had too many training sessions, so to get some minutes under my belt feels nice going into this busy schedule.
Matt mentioned post-game that it wasn't the most ideal situation to throw you into and get you your first minutes, being a man down. But approaching this busy next week, what do you think maybe that mindset will feel like with a potential start in either of these games to kind of shift the way that you're approaching coming into the game in a totally different, fresh, clean slate scenario?
Yeah, I don't know if I had a minute limitation on the game, but obviously coming back from injury and not training too much, you've always got to be careful with minutes. And for us guys as players, it never feels like that. You just want to get out there and get as many minutes as possible. So it was, like the gaffer said, obviously not ideal, but kind of a good thing at the same time to just get thrown in at the deep end, get the 35-40 minutes under my belt, and yeah, feel ready for a start at this point.
Connor, you and I have talked about this in the past too, but you like it, you want to be out there and not just be thinking about too much and just play.
Yeah.
Does it feel that way now that you did get a little bit on your belt? What's that going to allow you to do this week?
Yeah, I think, like I said, it's just that mental barrier that you've got to get over, and there's no better way of doing that than being in a game, because in a game you don't have time to think. In training you might have that extra second on the ball where the doubt maybe pops into your head about hitting a long ball, about hitting a shot, but in the games you don't have time for that. So I think that's for me the best way of getting over an injury, especially one that's been reoccurring and been niggling away a little bit. I think that's the best way of getting around it, just minutes on the pitch, real minutes in games.
Watching things from where you've been, how are you seeing how you're going to affect the game going forward?
Yeah, it's been tough. Yeah, it's been tough being injured, and obviously watching the team have a really successful spell and put in some really good performances, and then the closer I've been to getting back, obviously the results haven't really been as consistent, and that's a little bit of a motivator as well. I feel like I can help the team in a lot of aspects, and as you start to get close and start to get fit, you start to picture how it's going to look with you on the pitch when you're watching games. And yeah, like I said, to get their minutes last weekend puts me in a good spot now.
Back no time too soon. Obviously we've got a lot of midfield injuries.
Yeah.
You came back in this last match, and then we're teeing you up for Minnesota, Salt Lake Rocky Mountain Cup Leg 1, and Open Cup quarterfinals against San Jose. Big sprint before the World Cup break. How are you going to embrace that?
I think that's the best way to do it, honestly. Less time to think about the body, the injury, how you're feeling, and just get out there and play the games. And there's, like you said, some big games coming up, and these are the games we want to play in as players. We don't like the friendlies, the pre-season friendlies. These are the games that mean something. And yeah, if we can get a win tomorrow, give us some momentum and some confidence going into a big one at the weekend.